All right. It used to be that I could actually see what was going on the stream, um, but now I can't do that. And for those of you, for reasons that I completely do not understand, um, and for those of you that are on the Netlabel Day stream, you won't actually know what I'm talking about as far as the video. But I'm gonna try to see if this is actually streaming. Um, and does not appear to be streaming video. For those of you that are on the Netlabel Day stream, so I don't know about that. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. I will attempt at some point, I guess, to fix the audio or the video situation. I really just don't understand what's going on with that. But we have audio, and that's all we need for the moment. So I'm hopefully nothing else is messed up. And the thing is that when I do the CC listening parties, I put the information on the screen so people can see, the URL for getting the track, and they can see the album artwork, and they can see all of that. But I am going to play a Liquor Cabinet, which is a recent release, June 12th, 2026, from Cheese and Potsy. And you can find that on blacksonic.com for more information, which again, I would have up on the screen if we could see that, but let's check it out.
Some hope within the depths of the noggins, appraise of what's gold but can't hold the doggies, logins and out for all the routes we gon' pave it, in ditches off the cedar, suburbs the easy reader, Tri-City News, deep sixth in the sloughs, this had to be the vernacular was mixed in the stews, the C and P guide not supplied to no one, the negatives double when unearthed from the rubble bubble, letter them seize the fate on audio contact, and ganking all your MPs is just part of the contract.
All right. And we're just going to listen to the next track, Taps, off the same release.
Getting the crew back together, making plans to chill out on the patio. What's happening? From Maison Cho to Hoso Yamada, we got the danky, the spanky, and slaughter. Part-time heads, put your kids in motion. Pour 'em halfway deep in this bottle of potion. Abracadabra, it's another cheese slab for a corner pressing. Leaving nothing for the guests that we've been drinking. Despite a Willie advisory, like Leonard Part 6 to understand the size of the situation. A boost saturation, C&P khaki and activation. The cans and tins to expand the grins in the zone with fresh fills of jams to spin. Plans to win, now that ain't on the roster. Rather chill on the bench and the clinch on the Fosters, imposters. The 0%ers get the cans broke when soaked by beer tenors. Centers of the liquor, I move too much quicker. Thicker than blood from bud to Sapporo. Little hobo Steve, cause yo, maybe tomorrow I'm gonna settle down in a Carlsberg town. But for now I'll keep tipping till there's nothing for the sipping.
It's a sipper and slider, I'm the rider, I'm ordering drinks, who wanted a cider? Now back to the top cause I just forgot what everyone wants, so balls and pops is what we're all drinking and thinking like baristas with names on goblets, custom chalices, Alice at Mills, the diner is packed, I'm sitting on the jukebox with the coke rack, and hats galore, now pour that picture in all of the glasses, devoid the liquor, no top-ups for pups that don't finish, you go into the kitchen to do the dishes, wishes from John B. Long live and greater to the Mecca like a hot kid who just slammed it. Went for another, done a 6 and 6 flat. Seconds of getting a trophy to puking. Doing the dirty work, gut stealing. $10 is living can pop a damn wheelie. Spill into a half-face plant the asphalt. Get up and go again. On more. Like a cobalt bar star from days past. Doc Ock who got to feel his brain smash. From the beer glass gripped in my mitt. Cheered the next song and it smashed the shit.
Joke to you. Gag you. Get up. Get up. Hands.
All right, so my old practice when I would do these sorts of things solo was to find a long track on Hypnotic Dirge. I love the music on Hypnotic Dirge. Unfortunately, Hypnotic Dirge moved all of their things to All Rights Reserved. So did La Vida Es un Muse. I don't know what's going on with that situation. Why people are turning away from Creative Commons. So I'm gonna have to go find a new metal net label that has long tracks, so I can go and fill up my water bottle or whatever I need to do in between tracks, because 3 minutes doesn't quite cut it for getting in and out cleanly. So I do have what potentially could be a metal thing here. Not quite super long track. This is off the latest release of Enough Records. And this is by the band Door 213. And this description says full-length album of pop ballads with some touches of new metal / hip hop. So yeah. Also exploring the possible redemption of convicted serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer. So yeah, could be metal. I don't know. This is how I like to do things. I like to wing it. Um, so this is Swallow Me Whole. Now this is track 11, which is the Jeff version, which is almost twice as long as the not Jeff version. So, um, yeah. Thanks, Jeff, for giving me 4 minutes.
They tell me to let go, to leave the past behind, to forget the voices, the memories, the nightmares. But the deeper I bury them, the louder they become. So if you're listening right now, welcome to my head. Swallow me whole, drag me into the dark. Every voice inside my head leaves another mark. Swallow me whole, let me drown in the cold. I'm running from myself, but I'm never letting go. Late nights, staring at the cracks up in the ceiling, trying to separate the truth from what I'm feeling. Got a smile on my face, but it's dying underneath. Every breath feels heavy, every word is hard to speak. I've been carrying ghosts that nobody can see. Every version of myself keeps on haunting me. Haunting me, stabbing me, choking me, devouring me. The beat of your heart is the vibe in my soul. I'm praying to God that you swallow me whole. Enter me, baptize me. Pray for me, crucify me. Broken memories scattered all across the floor. I've been fighting with my demons in a never-ending war. Every wound became a story, every scar became a page. Now I'm screaming at the darkness while I'm trapped inside a cage. And if the shadows pull me under, if the silence gets too loud, I'll keep walking through the thunder. I won't disappear into the crowd. The beat of your heart is the vibe in my soul. I'm praying to God that you swallow me whole. Enter me, baptize me. Pray for me, crucify me. Swallow me whole, drag me into the dark. Every voice inside my head leaves another mark. Swallow me whole, let me drown in the cold, but I'll keep fighting through the night before I lose control. Swallow me whole, I won't break. Swallow me whole, I won't fade away. Swallow me whole, not today. The beat of your heart is the vibe in my soul. I'm praying to God that you swallow me whole. I'm praying to God that you swallow me Funny thing about darkness, you think it wants to kill you, but sometimes it just wants to become you. And after a while, you stop fighting, you stop running, you stop screaming, eyes and realize you were the monster all along.
All right. Thank you to Door213 for that. All right. Uh, I want to spend some time talking about the curator assembly and the Netlabel assembly. The curator assembly will be this following Sunday, July 19th. There will be two sessions, one at 7 a.m. U.S. Central and another at 2 p.m. U.S. Central. The Curator Assembly is a place for podcasters and other curators that are not Netlabels to come and tell, mostly me, but hopefully Al will be there. You may have seen Alien Nesby or A23P. He goes by a variety of monikers. You may have seen him around in the internets, and he is our chief technical officer at the Friends of CC Music, and we want to hear from you. And we're splitting up curators from Netlabels partially to see who's interested. If we just do one, it might be kind of hard to figure out. It depends on how many people show up, but people do different things. Are they really interested in the Netlabel side? Are they really interested in the podcasting side? We could probably tease some of that out, but if nobody shows up for the curator assembly and everybody shows up for the Netlabel assembly, we might just kind of drop podcasters from our target audience. And you might say, who is this Friends of CC Music that you are mentioning? Well, if you want to find out more about Friends of CC Music, you can go to friendsofccmusic.org, and you will find under the news, you'll see a bunch of articles that I have written. Unfortunately, no one else has contributed any articles. So if you would like to contribute articles to the Friends of CC Music, I certainly will welcome that. We last year, you may remember that we tried to do Netlabel Week. This ended up being a bad time of year for me, and for a variety of reasons, traveling and death in the family, and I got sick, and it didn't work out the way that I wanted. This year, I have hired an assistant, and I don't think that has been managed very well, but we, Antoine definitely helped with getting some of the Netlabel Day stuff set up, but we need to try to do a better job with that next year. Of course, that's always the goal, is to do a better job the next time around. Yeah, so we did try once to have in the winter a big convention that not very many people showed up for. So this is kind of a second attempt at that. But one of the things that we had a problem with in the past, I think, was trying to be everything to everyone. And this winter, I had the thought of, Netlabels already have constituents of the audience, and podcasters have that same situation too, where they are already have fans and people that listen to them, and so basically, just let them handle that aspect. I mean, I've always, ever since I got involved, thought that some sort of federated entity would be good. Maybe that's because back in 2009 and 8, when I was first getting involved in open source and in open music, that's when things like Identica, which is the precursor of things like Mastodon, which is ActivityPub. Back in the day, there wasn't the ActivityPub standard, but in any case, this idea of federation was in the zeitgeist, and it kind of has stuck with me. I mean, that is one of the basic principles of the internet as well. Um, and so, the basic idea is that those of us in the CC music scene, we can come together, different genres of music, perhaps different licenses that we prefer, um, both CC licenses and non-CC licenses, and of course the various different CC licenses. And so, yeah, I just want to help the folks that are already doing the work, the net labels that we're celebrating on Netlabel Day. And yeah, so basically, sort of not really thinking about the musicians and not really thinking about the audience. Let the net labels and the curators deal with that. So we may end up just becoming a net label organization, just because of we've already got an anchor with Netlabel Day, and of course I'm involved with Block Sonic. So that seems like a natural place to sort of to start things. Now, um, you know, Netlabel Day is sort of an outlet, to directly interact with podcasters. I was talking to Omar today on Mastodon about potentially having a secondary stream, and so the person that I would think we might do that with is Rhino, who is a streamer and podcaster. And I guess I've been saying podcasters, but streamers are also curators. So, and of course, I may have already said this, but Net Labels, they also have podcasts. Block Sonic has the Block Report that Donnie puts together. So I'm going to cut off things there about the curator assembly. Um, and let's play some music here. There is a album called Emergency Songs by Monk Turner, a Los Angeles-based musician, and Fascinoma. I always like to do not compilations, people working collaborations, that word. I like to do collaborations because I get to shout out a couple of different artists in those cases. So I was going to pick out a Monk Turner track and saw that he did this collaboration with Fast Cinema. And yeah, let's check out Everything Already.
I'm taking it back, everything back. You wonder where I've gone. Taking it back, everything back. Won't you remember me at all? Tomorrow there'll be someone else, leaving a picture on your pillow. Soon I'll be gone, it won't be long, I'm out the door. Everyone says I can't do this anymore. Tomorrow there'll be someone else, leaving a picture by your window. Tomorrow there'll be someone else, leaving memories. I've got you covered.
All right. I mentioned A23, Pete, aka Alien Nesby. So I thought, why not listen to a track by him? This is A23P or off A23P Dynamic Evolution. And yeah, a lot of these tracks have like numbers: T1A, T2A, T3A, T4A, T5A, etc., etc. I have no idea what any of that stuff means. But yeah. So this says contain the live performance recordings and the stem track recordings. The Roland MC 707 project file for the dynamic evolution performance. I was a little bit, I was thinking this might be it. So those 15-minute ones that I was going to play are probably the stem files and not what we want to play. Down at the bottom, it says similar items based on metadata. And it gave a undead blood, which is just the type of name of a band to get my attention. Now, I don't particularly like breakbeat, but this is industrial breakbeat, which might be okay. It also includes industrial metal, deathcore, drum and bass, digital hardcore. So yeah, I don't know. I'm more into the metal side than the digital hardcore side. But yeah, this is another album that has like multiple versions of things. It starts off with Concrete Communion, the slow motion impact version, and then Concrete Communion after that. And then there's also Voidgasm, the metal version, and Voidgasm. The Voidgasm tracks are short enough that I think if we can listen to both of them. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna listen to the Voidgasm metal version, and then it'll go straight into Voidgasm, and we'll see what we like.
Like a sacred kid, ecstasy rises from pressures of
So I didn't do this intentionally. I just saw those tracks were kind of short, and that therefore I would feel okay playing both. But that is actually the title track um, off of the 2025 album Voidgasm by Undead Blood. Yeah, so that is on the Internet Archive, aka archive.org, and there is a Netlabel, I don't know, I guess collection that they have over there. Um, but any band or musician can just upload their stuff to archive.org. And Undead Blood has uh, has done a whole bunch of those. Yeah, I don't know anything about this band. They seem quite prolific. Some of these are covers, though. There's a Jonathan Marilyn Manson and Jonathan Davis cover, Redeemer. So some of these, that's probably a single. Yeah. So some of these are singles. So um, perhaps not quite as prolific as it said. There also had a tribute to Gigi Allen. Um, so that's fun. Um, I don't know what they're saying the licenses to these things are. Covers, unless you're covering a another CC artist, or not really. That not really um, CC. I mean, there's different rights for the recording versus the performance. And that's why covers exist in the first place. But nonetheless, um, so I'm not seeing a license on here. So that may not have actually been ACC. Yeah, I don't see any license on these things from Undead Blood. So Undead Blood, if you're out there listening, please do put a license on here. Um, Maybe I just don't know how to operate uh, the the archive.org website. Um, yeah, but that was showing down there at the bottom of the A23 and similar items based on metadata. Um, yeah, up at the top, usage on the A23, it says attribution share alike. So I did not see one of those on the Voidgasm. Yeah, that is unfortunate. So yeah, apologies for folks that want to clip that out. They're probably not going to care that I played it. They're probably happy for the publicity there. I mean, they're putting their stuff on archive.org, so it's not like they're getting any revenue from that. But yeah, so Undead Blood. Uh, if you want people to use the stuff, put a put a license on there. Put a ring on it. See, the problem with A23P stuff is that he's got all these mixes. He's got the Hip Hop Journey 2018 presented by A23P. And you can see why doing mixes like that, he's very interested in Creative Commons music to be able to make the mixes into there. But they're not really great things to be, you know, for this sort of situation. They're all just a little bit too long. But that's okay. I have other friends in the CC music land besides A23. Um, I mean, so many people I could play their stuff. So many. No, I misspelled Lorenzo. I'm gonna play some Lorenzo's music stuff here, but the website. Well, I mean, it wasn't the website's fault. I did it wrong. All right. So you can now buy Lorenzo's music stuff on Faircamp. And I am now on the Lorenzo's Music Faircamp site. And their latest full-length release on their website is called Friction. And it is a genre-blurring experimental rock album crafted as a movie soundtrack. So you can read more about that at faircamp.lorenzosmusic.com. And all the tracks have friction in the title. They have a track called Friction called Quest, which makes me think of A Tribe Called Quest. So we're gonna listen to that one. I think we're gonna try. The sounds buffering.
I went back just the same, but feel it get further away. I came up all too fast, just one more for the past, and all that time, and all that time, and all that time. Always tried to find a way, have no more ways I can save. Sent away from that line at the end of this ride, and all that time, and all that time, and all that time. Would it have been like before? Something to hide, nothing more, and all that time, and all that time.
And that's the sound of being muted, not the sounds of buffering. All right, that was Friction Called Quest by Lorenzo's Music. Alrighty. Well, I think now is the time to talk about the Netlabel assembly. It's a lot like the Curator assembly. It is just on August 16th. So, like the Curator assembly, it will start at 7 a.m. U.S. Central Time for the first session, and that will be 3 hours. And then there will be another 3-hour session at 2 p.m. U.S. Central. If you are not familiar with U.S. Central, That is Chicago time. So you can just go to your trusty digital device and ask it what is the time in Chicago, and then you can use that to figure out what times they are for you. If you would like to let the computers do the math for you, let me know, Doug@blocksonic.com, and I will add you to the invite. And then you can let the computer do the time zone math. US Central is one time zone later than US Eastern or earlier, depending on how you look at things. 7 a.m. US Central is 8 a.m. New York. So if you work for a company that does a lot of stuff on Eastern time, this is not that. So, yeah, I mean, basically, again, the idea is that people and musicians that are parts of net labels can come and talk to. I mean, the focus is going to be on net labels, but if you um, want to participate in that and you are a musician or just a fan of net labels, that's fine. I mean, again, the point is that the Friends of CC Music is, you know, narrowing the scope so that we can actually get something done. I mean, we spent 2 years getting absolutely nothing done. So I'm hoping with a smaller scope we can actually get something done. We are still hosting, or really we started hosting a couple months ago, the CC listening party. Was the thing we did for, I think, 3 years, something like that, in when everything locked down for COVID, and Victor wanted to bring it back. That's Victor Van River, who is a block sonic artist in Kazakhstan. And we changed some things up. We used to do it weekly, and that was just nobody had time for that. So now we do it every month. It's the last, no, not the last, the fourth Saturday of every month. Is it the last? I don't know why we're doing it on the 25th. It has to be fourth if we're doing it on the 25th. Oh no, because the 31st is the Friday, not the next weekend. Okay, yeah, it is the last Saturday. That's what I thought it was. So, yeah, so the next one will be on the 25th. There is some possibility, as you're listening to this, that will get moved to the 26th, because I don't think Sam is set up to do the hosting, and I am like super unavailable on the 25th. So yeah, we might just move that to the 26th. Again, if you want to be on the invite, let me know. There is also a Discord. Discord is kind of a weird beast. I don't really understand how they do invites. But if you would like a Discord invite, you can email me at Doug@blocksonic.com. And I think you should just be able to search for it. But again, Discord is very strange to me in that respect. Searching does not work the way I feel like it should. So, no, there we go. Okay. You know what? We're just going to play both of these tracks because I'm in charge here. I mean, really, Omar's in charge, but at least for the time being, Omar is allowing me to be in charge. We are going to play two tracks from Victor Van River. We are going to play Purpose featuring Cool, and that's Kule, and the U has, oh no, that's not IL. I'm too far away from my screen, and also perhaps need new glasses. That's Kui. I'm not real sure. It's Kuie, and the U has a little accent thingy on it, which I have no idea what that means, but it is there. Um, so that is purpose, and that is about 4 minutes long. And then after that, we have protectors featuring Potsy, Cheese, and Long John. And then I think these are going to be our last two tracks, and maybe I will ramble on about something to close out the hour, and maybe even you will get some time back. Free time, everybody's favorite thing, except probably not Omar's, because that means he's got to fill that gap. But hey, here's the great thing about that. You know who is up next, assuming this goes how I planned it? I am. I'm up next, and I'm going to be live. So if you hated this, you can tell me about it. I was supposed to go live today, and nothing was working, and I don't know how to access it. So maybe I can talk to Omar about that in time period, and I can actually go live. If not, then you'll hear something that Omar picks. But yeah, I'm going to do Purpose and then Protectors. I don't know if I said Protectors is featuring Potsy, Cheese, and Long John, which are members of the Puck crew.
is the hunted? Who is the hunted?
Lock your doors and lock your windows. Lock your phone and lock your mind. The only way to be protected is to just remove your spine. The way to live is not at all. Curl yourself into a ball and then get small, get microscopic. Pick your new self up and drop it. Feel the breeze of new diseases riding on it. Speeding to your face holes faster than a comet. Cupid on the blitzing, every poet fits in. DJ with your organs, cutting up and mixing. Doing all the tricks and attracting quite the crowd. We threw away your mask and everyone's allowed to check it out up close, personal and whatnot. Let's pump up the jam and examine what your guts got.
There. Now I do the clay. What's behind the curtain? Curtain is Jensenized dirt. And the nips on the steps will be the next broken necks. I can sell it. I put them down like old yellow. Y'all need a toothbrush to clean up a splattered new brush. I told the gay in the chair, you best to be about it. Here, y'all ain't paying no rent. Break can't and pack the tent. Take the yard in the bottle, before it's smashed on the cement. Hold a rocket from the pocket, smoke another. Trying to bust my britches, ballin' like your house. You lost if that's the path you wanna tread. Wanna be sheriff in this town, you got a hole in your head.
You can taste it when you open up the tap and the crap is laced with has a space with another cancer scare. No plants, no air, implants for hair, implants for fish, implants for fish, full of hormones. Our clone sits on a dish of a kid getting rattled and riddled with riddle down to the class clown battling the fitness. Getting shit in the head instead of love above. Oh, we all get misled by federal forces, and of course they're poor horses. Courses our complacency and history courses. Divorces our place in the universe. Stay tuned, it's gonna get worse.
All right. And up next, maybe, possibly, me. This time live. Maybe. We'll see how it goes. Have a good Netlabel day.